Art telephone. It's something I'd like to assume every artist knows about. One person takes a drawing they've made, shows it for a few seconds, then takes it away, and the other contestants have to draw what they remember. That, dear viewers, is exactly what I did. I gathered most of my artist friends and asked them to be a part of this silly little collab I wanted to do. Every artist in this video is incredibly talented, and I'll be putting all of their socials in this video and in the description, so please go check them out. They're all amazing. I do want to say really quickly before we start this video that I got this idea from Actually Ray or June. Their videos inspire me a lot, so if you haven't, please go check them out. Yeah, now on to the video. Our first artist is Little Ol' Me. I actually did a completely different drawing for this challenge at first, but I decided like halfway through the month of working on it to choose my other character Tia from my story Mystic. More reoccurring viewers will probably recognize her as this night lady from when I first introduced her in the second Mystic video of the trilogy. Is trilogy the right word? I don't know. But yeah, now she's a jester and she got a big girl redesign and she is on our main team now, but her lore and why she looks that way is not very important for this video. I actually love Tia's design, but from the moment I started drawing it, it felt very cluttered and busy. Tia's theme is a jester, which is a very broad theme. There's so many things you could do with that. You could do a puppet theme, you could do a marionette, like some kind of thing. There's so much you can do with a jester theme. Adding her to the main team also meant she needed stars, which worried me just a little bit, just because the two themes are very different from each other, and so mashing them together is a lot and kind of scary and kind of makes her look a little bit fantastical in a way that is good, but also just a bit cluttered. All this to say, she is a bit over-designed, but that does mean that it can bring a lot of fun into the idea of her design getting fucked up and forgotten as the telephone goes on and as new artists get the new telephones. So, there she is. That's my girl Tia. We will now proceed with the other telephone people. Why won't William? Will's art is at a level that I don't think I can describe with my words because I don't think I have an education high enough for words like that. God, specifically their rendering. Guys, look, how did they do that? That is so cool. Their art is awesome and I love looking at it. Ah! You may be thinking, Nathan, why on earth would you invite your co-writer to an art telephone? Don't they help you write things and help with designs? Well, my answer is complicated. Tia's design was one I chose specifically because it was entirely by me. I did that shit with no input because I'm a big boy writer and I can make my own decisions sometimes. So don't go flaming me or Will in the comments or I will get you. Will took this design in a direction I actually really like. We see that Tia's corset has now turned into a one-piece kind of leotard, and they added fur to the seam of her pants, which I absolutely love. We seem to have lost the big bow in the back of her outfit, but I only just barely noticed that as I was writing this script, so if I didn't notice that it was there, who will? We also lost a lot of the white from the original design and the top kind of collar thing, which is totally fine by me, but we do keep the split dyed hair. Will actually came to me during this process and said, when I shade white, I shade it with the color that the character is, so it kind of just looks like purple, and so they thought that that would be really funny to see if people saw it as a purple or a white. And we will get back to that. We also lost the stars on her pants, which, looking at it now, does make things a little easier for me, but I'm crazy about stars. Lots of little fun details lost and rewritten, but don't mistake, I love this new design and I am having a blast already. Here's Will's final drawing. Thank you, Will. Next up is Mia Mochi. Mia's art is so incredibly cute and I love looking at it. I've been friends with Mia for about half a year, maybe a year, and they are so sweet and I have loved getting to know them. They are just one of my closest friends and they know a little bit too much about me. As for their telephone, I think they knew that we were doing a Mystic character because they had watched my videos about Mystic not long before receiving Will's telephone, so they knew immediately and clocked to add a choker on Tia's neck, which was very smart of them. Thank you, Mia. Tia's sheer sleeves are lost, along with her big hammer and earrings, but the star titty window lives on in Mia's piece, which is something that I really like. Something that you may notice is that Mia changed up the pose a little bit, so now we can see how Mia interpreted Tia's shoes, which I really, really like. I think that they're so cute. They added the cutest little pom-poms to the front of her shoes like Tinkerbell, and I literally was insane about it for like an hour. It is so pretty, and I love it. We can see in Mia's piece that Tia kind of gets kind of a warmer tone than Will. Will kind of adds these cool purple tones, and Mia flips them and changes her entire color palette to be a kind of lighter and a warmer tone, which I absolutely love. Mia clocked the fur on the top of the pants that Will added and added them to the bottom of Tia's pants, which I also really love and I will be taking. Thank you, Mia. Here's their final piece. I giggled about it for like an hour. Thank you so much, Mia. Next up, Valerie. I met Val around the same time I met Mia, and it was literally crazy for me. Val has been an artist that I've looked up to for a while, and their art is so beautifully bright, and it feeds my eyes and soul. They mostly draw character art, specifically Owl House and more recently Amazing Digital Circus and Murder Drones. Their style perfectly fits all of those shows' emotions, and they can capture emotion and color really well through those shows and through their fan art. I really appreciate the work they do. Their telephone is pretty much identical from Mia's pose and outfit-wise, which worried me only slightly. I was worried that at this point in the process, Tia's design had become so simplified that there was too much to remember too easily. Things had gotten too simple. It was here when Val sent me their telephone that I decided to send this telephone for a shorter time. I shortened the time from 1 minute to 30 seconds because I love causing problems, and look, you can kill me all you want, but it's not that big of a difference. Here is Val's telephone. Look at it with your eyes. Oh, Tia, that's my girl. That corpse is my husband. It's Corpse. Ah, Corpse! Oh my god, I love Corpse. I love her art and her just so dearly. She's so incredibly talented, and getting to know her so well has been so fun. Corpse mostly draws their Sona, which, by the way, is beautiful. Look at their Sona, they're so silly. Her coloring is another one that brings happiness and fuel to my eyes. Please go look at her stuff. She's so talented. We can see we've lost the fluff everywhere other than the little puffballs on her shoes, and her hair has now become a solid color of purple, which is exactly what Will wanted. I know they're rubbing their hands together and giggling right now. This drawing is where my fear of Tia being too simple subsided. I was finally able to relax a little bit and say, okay, I'm seeing changes here, all is well. We can see that Corpse kind of keeps the warm tone of Tia's skin tone and colors from Val's piece, which is something that I actually really enjoy. I love Tia with this warmer purple and the warmer tone of her skin. I absolutely love that. Here is Corpse's final piece. Thank you so much for... I love it! Next up, your past is always close behind, down in the Underworld. Underworld! It's kind of sad because I don't know Underworld very well, but I absolutely love their style. It is so pretty. They told me they aren't one to very often render, but honestly, I didn't even notice this because of how far I shot into the stratosphere when they sent me their piece. You guys, when I sent the image to them for them to redraw, they texted me after I deleted it and said, and I quote, "I'm going to be wrong on purpose," which I was totally down for, but it was because they couldn't remember things, and so they just decided to do whatever they wanted, and holy shit, you guys. Tia, she's become her truest form. She's become a tiefling, you guys. Oh my god. The bell bottoms, the heels, the pigtails becoming big bubble braids, and she's buff as fuck. Holy shit, I launched. You know what? I'm gone. Goodbye. I'm just gonna leave this right here. Look at it with your eyes. Please be insane about this with me. Thank you so much, Underworld. Little Lapin. Okay, I'm back. I lied so hard to you. I actually wasn't leaving. I'm right here. I'm back with new art. Yay. Lapin's art is so beautiful, and I just love looking at it. Their line art is so smooth, and their lighting is everything I've ever wanted. Hello? I'm eating it. I was talking to some friends, and I said that I don't really know how to describe Lapin's art, and one of my friends perked up and said that Lapin's art was if Princess Peach met stained glass windows. And, you know, I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't know what that means. But if you see my vision, if you see their vision, then I support you. And I'm gonna go with it. Hell yeah. Lapin's submission I was so excited for because of the fact that their art and line art and colors are all so pretty. And also just because I knew how far we strayed from the original design and I was bouncing on my toes waiting for this submission, and it is absolutely stunning. We can see that Tia has remained buff, but it almost seems like she's buffer, like she's more buff than she was before. Hello? I didn't think it was possible, but we've done it. I know, yeah, I'm so proud of them. We can see that Tia's clothes have changed into a cooler tone of purple. Honestly, most of the purple here is a cooler tone than what it was before, and I love color shifts. You can hear this from how much I'm talking about color shifts in this video, but whoo, I love me a good color shift. It is, and also putting these all side by side, it's like different hues of purple. I love it. Lapin took the purple on the tip of the horns from Underworld's piece and seemed to remember that for the ears as well. And I absolutely adore this piece. It is, Tia is looking absolutely beautiful, and she looks like she could teach me some really fucking awesome Zumba moves, and I would let her. Oh, Pigeon, the bird she is. Pigeon's art is one I've also looked up to for a while. Their style is so shiny and the line art is so smooth, and I'm going crazy. I love their art so much. I'm running away. Pigeon's piece is more or less faithful to the one before it with some slight color changes. For example, we see that the slight white on the tip of Tia's hair has moved into a more prominent ombre. My favorite notable difference, however, is that Tia's regular high heels have now turned into a shiny pair of what I'd love to believe are go-go boots that go all the way up to her knees. She also gave Tia some notable makeup, and I am obsessed with it. We can see that Pigeon made her kind of dancey outfit from before seem like two different set pieces, which I love. It makes her seem like she just got back from a dance class and she could go to the store and wear that exact same thing and look super cool. Again, I am stealing Pigeon's abilities and running away with them. They can't fly fast enough to catch me. The silly goose. I love Desi. Me and her don't talk as often as I think we should, but I am constantly admiring their art whenever I can when they send it in our Discord servers. They've got a beautifully cartoony art style that heals something in my inner child. That's the best way I can describe it, if that makes any sense. We see in Desi's piece that he remembered more of an indigo color rather than a purple from the pieces before, which may sound like I'm complaining, but don't you worry, I love this color for her. We love Tia in an indigo / a blue, purple, whatever. I'm about to go on a rant. Pause the video. I'm about to go on a rant. Indigo and dark blue are the same color, and I am a color man, okay? I love colors. And you may be thinking, Nathan, you have a whole character that's based on the color indigo. Look at him, he's right there. And to that I say, whatever. I'm not falling for your Roy G. Biv propaganda. This rant was brought to you by Nathan. And for the sake of knowing the color wheel and my own safety, this rant was a joke. I am being serious. This rant was a joke. I promise I understand colors. Where was I? Oh, the telephone. Tia's purple shoes from before have now become some simple black pumps with some gold, and her pants have become these cute, cute jeans. I was honestly hoping that someone would see those jeans and turn them into bell bottoms, but alas, it is not so. Sorry for the spoiler, but for us bell bottom lovers out there, we will live. Here is Desi's final piece. Thank you so much, Desi. Your work is so appreciated. Kitt and I are the same person, and that is for me to know the details about and for you to notice when we hang out. Kitt, oh my god, bless Kitt's heart. He has been so busy with so many projects, including one he just put out. Go watch that video. And also including a collab with the two of us that should be out hopefully soon if I'm not swamped after this video. Group shit is hard, man. And no matter whatever was going on with him, I sent him the piece and he gave it back to me like almost immediately and was like, here's the piece. He set aside so much time to draw this for me, and I love him. He is so amazing, and he's just so cool. I love him. Kitt's art is so fun to look at, and his content is just such a joy. Please go check them out. They're so cool, and they're such a good friend. He makes pretty similar content to me, and while I was getting to know him, we were comparing all the things we have in common, and content creation is just one of the many things that this man and I have in common. It's actually really scary, and we're still finding out things to this day. I've known this man for almost a year. What is happening? Kitt's piece is pretty faithful to the one before it, again, with slight changes. The slight purple gradient in Tia's hair from Desi's piece has now been highlighted to make a more notable gradient in Tia's hair, and we can see Tia go from just a gold girly to a mixed metals girly, which, me too, I love mixing metals. Our black heeled boots from before have now changed to black pumps, and how she is balancing like that is a mystery to me, but I find it very cute for her. We seem to keep the indigo theme going with the idea of the blue hair and the purple, and her outfit has changed to a bluer shade. Look at this piece. I love Kitt. He is such a homie. Thank you, Kitt. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Fee, at the very beginning of this telephone, requested that she go very last, and who am I to say no to the bestie? So I sent them Kitt's telephone and got this response. I then was met with, for the next week, an array of messages from Fee telling me her struggle of trying to remember what the telephone looked like before. Fucking hilarious, by the way. This was something I was rolling around my room about because I was just waiting in agony to see how different this piece had gotten. It was, ooh, I am obsessed. Anyways, Fee's art is so wonderfully cutesy, and it makes my heart so happy, and her colors are so pretty, and the way she renders things is a beautiful mix of cell shading and painting, and it's, ooh, I eat it up, I'm insane! When I received Fee's piece, I started jumping on my toes. The colors in this telephone piece specifically make me insane. How green her eyes are, the bright blue, indigo, and purple hair, divine. It is beautiful. I would die for this piece. Fee's is such a good one to end on. I almost asked more people to be a part of the video last minute because I need to see more of Tia in this suit. She is a business lady tiefling. I could make an entirely different D&D character based on this image alone, and it would go fucking crazy. And with Fee's piece being the last one, our telephone is complete. Here is the Tia we started with and the one we ended with, and holy shit, I am actually so giddy about how all of these came out. Every contestant did such an amazing job, and oh my god, I've loved getting to know them throughout this process. So many of these people I wasn't super close with, and then I invited them, and I'm happy to call them my close friends. I may not be the same amount of close with each of them, but I think they're all so talented, and I would love to do more things with each and every one of them in the future. Thank you to each of my participants for being a part of this silly little project. Again, all of these people's YouTubes, socials, everything will be in the description of this video. Please go check them out, and thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more from me, I have a public Discord, but if you're feeling a little special, I do also have a Patreon. No pressure at all, but it's just about $3 for everything on there, and I would love to see you there. I post works in progress, sketchbook doodles, and early uploads for future videos. It's a good time over there. Come hang out with us. I think that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching my silly little video, and remember to follow me on my socials or whatever if you want. Thank you all so much for watching, and also for all of this fan art. Please go follow all of these people too. Okay, I'll stop rambling now, but thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!